Welcome to Ear Biscuits, the podcast where two lifelong friends talk about life for a long time. I'm Rhett.
And I'm Link. This week at the Round Table of Dim Lighting, we are... What are we doing, man?
What are we doing?
Let me look. Let me look at what we're doing. What do I know that we're doing?
We're answering questions.
I know that we're going to guess some accents.
Yep.
I know that we're going to help a surfer. I know that Jenna is in the building.
In the room, actually.
We got to hear about her knee. And you know what? We'll save some voicemails to the end of this episode to just hear from loyal listeners who are processing the news that we're taking an indefinite break from your biscuits starting at the end of this year.
And we should probably be starting to say that.
I just said it.
At the beginning of each episode. At the beginning of each episode, because people don't listen to everything.
Just to educate.
Yeah.
And
we did a whole episode.
Let the information infiltrate.
About why that's happening. So we're not gonna tell you why, but yes. Sure. So we've got, how many more episodes, including this one? Are we looking at?
8.
8.
Look at that.
8 more episodes of Ear Biscuits.
The easy letdown. So we'll get there. I'm obsessed with something. I've had 2 of them. I mentioned one of them to you, and then over the weekend I went back and got another from a different place.
Kolaches?
No. I like a good kolache, but you can't really find those.
I saw a video of a kid who had moved from Texas to California. His mom was telling him that they don't have kolaches, and he was just like, what?
Right.
What? They don't believe in them?
It's a hard thing to understand if you grew up having them, because once we had them in outside of Austin, we were like, why is this not everywhere?
Just outside
Describe
of Austin.
a kolache for those who don't know.
Yeah, for those who don't know, and I'm just asking for
honestly, I feel like it's a really great Hot Pocket, but it's like I would call it
it's like a bun with
it's more of
stuff
like
in it.
like a donut with meat inside of it, right?
It's not sweet if it has meat inside.
But the
of
consistency
it's a
of
stuffed bread,
the bread
bun type thing, and you can have like a lot of breakfast stuff in it. It's nice.
It's really good.
It should be more available.
There should be more
to us because we are spoiled and we think that we have everything here in LA.
But you're saying
it's
not kolaches.
Nope.
You had one and then you wanted to go get another one.
It's a fusion dish. Sushi
burrito.
Sushi burrito. I got one from this a different place. The first place was like a fish shop, Fish King. And they had them. I was like, I'm gonna try one of these. But they wouldn't let you swap anything out. And then I went to this other place.
Oh, you're a swapper.
And I like to swap things out. But yeah, I'm trying to decide if it's just too much or if I like it more than a roll.
What makes it fusion other than the fact that it's a burrito?
Nothing. That's it.
God.
I mean, the word burrito makes me think of Mexican food, so I assume it's some sort of
But
fusion.
the ingredients are all sushi ingredients.
Oh yeah, even the wrap is, well, for me it's soy paper, because I don't like the that green crap. The seaweed, man. Seaweed, what? That changes everything.
It's wonderful.
You can't even bite through it. It's, the moment you put that in your mouth, your body and your brain, everything is telling you, wait, you forgot to remove the wrapper. Take that out of your mouth. Spit that out. And it tastes like
you're insulting
garbage.
The entire culture right now. Just so you understand what is happening.
Well, listen, I'm kind of being self-deprecating. I know
and this is a man who's about to go to Japan.
Shaking your head. People shaking their head at me.
You're about to go to Japan.
Shake
and
your head
just
at me.
Said that about
for
seaweed.
I just don't. I mean, you ever eaten a Starburst with the wrapper on?
And you can do that. You can do that. It's known. You can eat a Starburst with the wrapper on.
Yeah, but you got to really work yourself up to it. You gotta be like, and as you're doing it, like, it's okay. People say you can do this.
I mean, the fact is,
it's okay. It's
is
not
that
as good as if you
everything
remove
that's
the
on
wrapper.
the inside of the burrito comes from the sea, and so you take it and you take this other thing from the sea and you wrap it. It's the perfect expression. It's the perfect thing. And then you're like, no, let's go get some soy paper.
It's a little bit stretchy. It's easy to bite through. It doesn't.
I don't dislike soy paper.
It doesn't steal the thunder of what's inside. I just don't like the taste of seaweed, and I don't like the texture of it. And what else is there to food but taste and texture? You know, what am I supposed to like? The fact that everybody else likes it? Okay, noted.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't say that I like it. I would say that if people get a
You're
sushi
offending
roll,
the whole culture right now.
if you get a sushi roll and one of them has soy paper and one of them has seaweed, I will say, unless someone points it out, it will go. I don't even think of it. It goes right over my head.
Don't let me be the one to make you start thinking about it. Because if you do, it might bring up problems.
Because I'm not really there for that. I'm there for what's inside.
Exactly. And I don't want to have to get through something to get to it that I don't like. But I like everything inside, and I used to not be that way.
That's true. You have grown.
Spicy tuna.
You've grown.
I subbed in spicy tuna into my crab, shrimp, avocado arrangement. I don't really like
what?
I just added it.
Oh.
But I don't, there's a lot of, anyway, this is supposed to be a positive conversation of I'm moving closer to, it's a bigger sushi. It's like big American sushi in a Mexican wrapper.
Yeah, I don't,
You know?
I had sushi on Friday night. No. Yeah, before our little get together, yes.
Okay.
And I don't know, the burrito of it all defeats the purpose for me because it's just like the whole beauty of the sushi experience is that you can get a whole lot of different stuff. Like you can get this roll, and if you get a lot of people there and you're sharing.
And then the bites, I do understand.
And then it's just
like
one
you
little
got,
bite. It's like, oh, this is interesting.
You got the sticks, and
if you get a rainbow roll and it's got
to eat the bites,
all the different stuff on top, and the burrito is kind of like I feel like I would just get tired of it.
Just honking it down. There's hand rolls.
Like it's interesting that
like
the sushi roll is the sushi burrito is the thing that gets you excited about sushi. Because there's plenty of rolls that have soy paper.
Yeah, and I get those.
In fact, I had one. I had a soy paper roll.
It's not, I'm not saying it's better than a soy paper sushi roll. I am not saying that. I'm saying it's different enough to be something that I'm now excited about.
Hold on, I'm just deconstructing this for you because it's hitting me now. You're also the guy who insists on anything that we eat on the show, you insist on taking it apart before you eat it. Like sometimes it's to get something out that you don't like, sometimes it's to show the camera. Here's the thing. A sushi roll is like a burrito that's been cut up for you so you can see everything that's on the inside.
It's wonderful.
But so why no, there's
I love it.
I'm just saying there's something going on psychologically here. You know how it is. You know how people get excited when I diagnose you with something. So I'll just move forward with that.
I'm not saying
something is wrong with you.
I really like the roll. I like the roll. This is not replacing the roll, but I'm obsessed with it because.
But why is it exciting you?
Because it's mushy.
Oh God.
It's a big honking thing of mush in your hand. It's the reason why I like burritos, but now it's sushi stuff inside of there.
I wish they would start doing burritos as little rolls that are cut up.
Here's what I'll say.
That's what we really need to do. If you chefs out there, if you're listening, we need to take Mexican food and this big burrito, you need to make it in something in a way that it can be cut up and arranged on a plate so we can just take individual pieces of it and eat it and share burritos.
You're talking about tapas.
No. I'm talking about a burrito that has been cut into little sections that me and my friends can sit down and eat in one bite at a time.
So like, Mexican sushi.
Yeah, why is that not a thing?
It should be a thing. Yes. I will say, sushi burrito is better than something. A poke bowl. If I could get everything into poke bowl in a wrap,
because just like holding the food, is that what it is?
But like when I get a poke bowl and I'm using the chopsticks and I'm going in for it and I'm trying to get my bite and stuff, at the very beginning, it's really unwieldy. Stuff's falling off the side. It feels a little bit like chaos to me. So psychologically, There's a little bit of a control thing. All of this mush is in my hand.
It comes down to mush. I forgot how much you like mush.
And control. I like
You
to
like
have
controlling
control
mush.
over mush. And it tastes good, man. And it's, hey, if maybe it's not for you. That's okay.
Oh, I'm sure I would love it. No, it's not that I wouldn't like it.
You're crapping on 2 cultures. 3.
I haven't crapped on any culture. Crapping on culture is like the last thing that you're going to get out of this guy, okay?
You're crapping on sushi culture, you're crapping on burrito culture, and all the Americans who said, we need it all together and we need it in our hand. Everyone's offended at you. Speaking
of food, I am on, I mean, because I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but it's so ridiculous and you'll think it's funny. I'm on day 2 of only eating sardines.
Here he is talking about my psychology.
Yeah.
And then he's sitting over here on nothing but sardines.
Just for 3 days.
Oh, come on,
just
dude.
a little sardine reset.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, I got lots wrong with me.
Why are you doing this?
Well, first of all, I love sardines. And it's not just sardines. I make a little sardines, a little bit of mayonnaise, a little bit of mustard, a little bit of hot sauce, a little bit of relish. I essentially make a tuna fish using sardines or mackerel, like oily fish.
And you're doing this for the diet, so you're eating mayonnaise, mustard, and sardine diet.
Well, no, there's no sugar in any of those ingredients. So that's that. So anyway,
okay.
I'm not going to be taking fish oil supplements again. Probably ever, because my heart situation. Like, they're good for your heart, but for some people that can induce AFib, I was taking, maybe, so anyway, I'm trying to get I eat sardines and mackerel because I try to get my omega-3s naturally, which is better anyway, right? So I eat a lot of sardines already, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos about sardines. I mean, I love the YouTube, man. I spend so much effing time on. I'm not gonna cuss for these last 8, just for y'all. Good. Yes, I am.
Clean it up.
I watch so many YouTube videos about very specific things, and this weekend I got into a sardine rabbit hole. I guess that's just a sardine hole.
Mm-hmm. But it smells good down there.
So what? So this was a total out of the blue thing. Yesterday morning,
last kind of hole I'm jumping down.
Yesterday morning, I was eating. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my little sardine thing. I'm gonna make that. I had eaten a bunch on Saturday, and I just felt like I need a reset or something. So I just was like, I'm gonna eat sardines, and then I'm gonna go on a hike. I went on a hike. I was on a hike for about 6 hours yesterday.
What?
I took my camera and I took my journal. I was out there taking pictures, sitting down, writing things, I was like
breath smell like sardines.
Who wrote Walden? It was a Henry David Thoreau afternoon, except if he had a camera. And there was a lot of people also hiking.
All right.
Because it was in Los Angeles.
It wasn't a pond.
I passed many ponds. No, it was a stream. Anyway, when I got back, I was watching before I left, I was watching a video, and there was this doctor, and she was talking about this crazy experiment where this woman ate only sardines for 30 days and all this crazy stuff that happened, right? And then she was like explaining why it happened. And then she said, I don't suggest that you do that, but I've been telling my patients to do a 3-day sardine only.
Cleanse?
No, it's not. Cleanses are, I don't believe in cleanses necessarily.
So call it something different so you can believe it.
Because the cleanses is something about like toxins and stuff like that, which I think is probably junk science, but
But only sardines?
Oh, no, for 3 days. First of all, fasting in general is good for you. But what you end up doing is you raise your the omega-3s in your blood. But for me, it's just like I'm eating all this junk. I had my birthday and a cake and all. I was just like, let me just take a little reset. This will just be a fun little thing to do, right? And so I didn't have enough sardines. So I went to the grocery store and got some, and I made like a bigger batch. And so that's why I told Jenna I don't need lunch today because I have my little sardine salad waiting for me in the fridge. And it is going to be so good because I'm so hungry. And then on Wednesday, I'll eat regular food again. Maybe even a sushi burrito.
I highly recommend it. All right, let's, well, I want to hear a voicemail, but I want to remind you that Good Mythical Evening Sloshed in Space is available for you to watch and relive all of the chaotic madness that was the latest Good Mythical Evening. R-rated, streamed live, and then packaged for your subsequent enjoyment. Anything went, and it all is in there. All you got to do is go to goodmythicalevening.com, but you better do it before November 9th because
it'll go away forever.
It will not be available after that, okay? So go over there, download it, watch it. You heard all about it. If you dare, experience it. If the search for a therapist is stressing you out, you're not alone. It shouldn't feel like a second job. What if getting started could actually feel a bit easier? Well, it is with Grow Therapy.
They make it simpler to take that first step toward feeling better. Therapy is such a powerful tool for working through life's challenges, but so many people get stuck at the first hurdle, which is finding the right person.
Grow Therapy connects you with thousands of licensed independent therapists across the US with both in-person and virtual options. You can search by insurance, provider specialty, treatment methods, and more, so you can find the therapist who fits your needs. And if it's not the right match, switching is easy.
There are no subscriptions or long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Plus, you can find therapy on your time, evenings, weekends, virtual or in person, with direct calendar booking and flexible cancellations.
Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan.
Visit growtherapy.com/ear today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ear.
Growtherapy.com/ear. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Hi, Rhett Link. This is Olivia. I'm calling from New Jersey. I'm a longtime fan. I've been listening since I was 7, and I'm turning 21 this fall. I have a question. I'm from New Jersey, okay, and you know we love our road rage. I want to know what your thoughts are on road rage etiquette. Do you flip them off? Do you wave them? Do you scream out the window? Is it a polite beep? I'm feeling Link would like a polite beep. Let me know, because my sister and I argue about this like every day. She's aggressive, I'm not, with the road rage, and yeah, I thought it'd be fun. Okay, love you guys, bye.
Longtime fan?
Longtime fan.
Yeah.
You think Link would like just a polite beat? You haven't been paying attention.
Why you think? I have a response to that, but I'm going to save it until after we hear from you. I would like to address the polite beep assumption and say she might be right. But what's your take on road rage? You have it.
I mean, the first thing I will say is that contrary to what I think is popular belief, especially because we released that video that went viral of me acting like I was upset about the chairs, and people were like, "I know this is fake, but there's something real there." Like people want to believe that I just get mad all the time, and the fact is that it takes a whole lot to make me mad. And in fact,
right.
I almost never get road rage.
That's true.
Even when people do crazy shit, I guess I did cuss. I don't know. There's just like,
I can vouch for this.
There's just something, it doesn't register with me when people like do something crazy, like last minute, like coming and getting right in front of me and stuff like that. I literally, if I'm by myself, I will go, huh. Like, that was interesting that you decided to do that. I don't know what it is. Now, but there's been a couple of times where people will do something that's like, you just did something that put like legitimately put my life in danger or someone else's life in danger. Like cutting in at the last second is just an asshole thing. That's not I don't think it's dangerous. But
if somebody is going to sideswipe you and you have to swerve over to not get sideswiped or something like that.
Yeah. Uniformly, my response is laying on the horn.
Solid.
10 seconds. Because it's like, oh shit, like
it's not
that you know that's about what you just did. You know what I'm saying? But never rolling down the window. I don't think I've ever flipped the bird to anyone that it wasn't a joke. I've done that a lot. I don't think I've ever flipped the bird out of anger. But
I don't think I've ever seen you flip the bird out of anger.
So it is Longhorn Steakhouse is my sponsor
for your road rage.
For my road rage.
Rhett's road rage is rare, but when happens, it is brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse.
Boy, that would be. You know what?
Run on the road. Hey, use my coupon code.
Yeah.
At Longhorn Steakhouse.
If there was any justice in the world, and there was any like logic in the world
get a gift certificate
of marketing. Then Longhorn Steakhouse, the person who works in that department right now would be getting on the phone and being like, listen.
I have an idea.
I got an idea. Or this guy had it, but we're going to sponsor Rhett McLaughlin's Road Rage. And listen, you should do it, and I'm available. I love Longhorn. I recently made this case on GMM. I don't know if that episode's out yet. But I stood up for Longhorn. Remember that?
Yeah, you were really going long and hard on Longhorn.
Yeah, I was.
Yes, you were.
I love Longhorns.
I like the idea of that. You know, I mean, we're shooting an ad for Toyota. Maybe we could get Longhorn in and we can make it about road rage. The creative's locked. That's not.
I don't think
they're probably not going to go for it.
I don't think we can make a collab.
Yeah, we can't piggyback sponsors.
No.
Longhorn, reach out. Come on, girl. Do it. We'll get you some Rhett Link road rage.
Yeah.
But I do vouch for you. I mean, we don't have to get into the psychological part of this of like you feeling like you can't let people have it.
I do. I have let people have it before.
It's very rare. It's very rare. And I think you've got to be in a fight or flight response is what it sounds like. And then you're still just longhorning it. That's.
No, I think I'll do it when I think that it's necessary for what it is that I'm trying to achieve. And like somebody doing something stupid on the road is not actually going to prevent me from getting to the destination. That guy who effed us over at that video shoot 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
The reason I let him have it in front of everybody is because it was compromising what we were doing.
That was great. That's the last time I've really seen you, lash out.
I could probably do it more. Maybe I should start doing it.
We have an employee.
Weekly.
A team member who I'm not going to mention but I am going to tell the story. Because he has footage. You walked in the room and he was showing me the footage of, there were two lanes that are like turning left and everybody's in the right lane, nobody's in the left lane. And then someone who's like halfway in the stopped lane, they've been in that lane waiting for a long time. They finally decide to pull over right in front of him, and he has to slam on brakes and skid to not hit this person.
Whoa.
And then when they turn left...
How do you have footage of this? Dash cam?
He has a dash cam. Then when they both turned left, she got in the right lane, and then he stayed in the left lane, and then he got up beside her. Mm-hmm. And then I was surprised to hear that the window was rolled down, and like... he just let her have it because, he thought that this could have been a big accident.
Right, yeah.
When you're skidding and almost hitting somebody because they're pulling out in front of you, and he noticed that her back bumper was off.
She's done this before.
And the side of her car had been like really bashed in kind of thing. So it was like, all right, this is somebody who's baiting insurance checks. And then the person was a professional road rage receiver and gave it right back to him, rolled the window down, called him a dog effer.
Wow, that is deep.
Yeah, that is, I mean, if you're going that deep into road rage and you're on the receiving end of it and you're giving out dog effer.
Dog effer is the new mother effer, I think. Because
I think it's
when somebody says mother effer, it's kind of like that makes me cool. But dog effer, there's nothing cool about that. Like nobody says I'm a bad dog effer.
Yeah, nobody.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody gets a wallet that says bad dog effer.
No.
So I think dog effer is the new mother effer.
I think it is. So that's, I mean, that one always works. I think in a road rage situation. Yeah. He thought it was funny, and then he switched his tactic and was like then really nice to her and said like, I hope you have a great day. And he said something else I can't remember, but it was a real zinger. But again, not my story to tell. For me,
I haven't heard about this.
When I think about road rage, I typically experience it on the receiving end.
That's true.
Like, I'll hear a lot of horns, some short, some long, and I find myself sometimes audibly asking, is that for me? Is that at me? Is that?
Yeah, a lot of times it is, probably.
And I think it might be. Yeah. I mean, is that person rolling down their window and saying dog effort to me? Yes, it looks like it. Eye contact. No, it's not usually. So yeah, I'll receive a lot of road rage, and you're exactly right, caller. I prefer a light beep.
Oh, in response.
Yeah, I like to receive a light beep. Sorry, it happens.
Oh, I thought that you give it back. Like,
No.
Acknowledge, did it.
I raise the hand and I tilt the head. It's a little apologetic. I'm always touching the roof of my car in acknowledgement of someone's patience.
What is the typical scenario? I mean, I know you do the last minute cut in.
Yeah, the last minute cut in. But there's usually a gap. 60% of the time there's a gap, and then the other 40% I'm having to ask forgiveness.
On our commute home, which is the same route, there is a spot. This brings up another conversation, which we should have. There is a spot where you have to go from the HOV lane to get on the other highway, and it almost always necessitates a cut-in of some kind.
Yeah.
And so in that spot, I will say I do it pretty regular, but it's just as fast as I could get from the thing to the thing. But when I'm driving with you, when I'm riding with you, like you're the guy that goes into the piece of the pie of pavement that no cars are supposed to be on. That's got like rocks and shit all over it. Like, it's like, this is the place where nobody drives except the like 14 guys a day, guys all the way, like, who cut in at the last second across, like you're off-roading for a second.
It's the safety net in order to not, if you have to come to a complete stop, you want to do it there. You don't want to do it in a lane.
Yeah. But this raises the other question, which is, we both have electric cars, and we both have been taking advantage of being able to drive in the HOV lane. And then I just found out that
I don't want to have this conversation.
You're supposed to only. It's just for people who have a second person.
They had the incentive to buy electric vehicles in the state, which was you can be riding a single rider if you have the HOV sticker because it's an electric car. You can ride in that lane, and that's gone away.
And they phase it out. A lot of people have electric cars now. They phased it out, but here's the thing. And there's still
I don't want to be accountable to this information.
There's still places that have a sign that say clean air vehicles okay. I don't know, man. This is a tough ethical situation for me right now, but I will say that I'm still driving in the HOV lane right now.
Yeah.
Because I got an electric car. That's the way it was. It's one of the reasons I bought it.
It's hard to take something away.
And the thing is that
you spoil with it.
If you get pulled over, which it might happen at some point.
They got a lot of lanes to pull you over. You got to go all the way across everything.
It's a fine. It's not a traffic violation. It's a traffic violation, but it's not like you got to go to court. It's not a speeding infraction or whatever.
You don't have to go to court?
And I will say,
It's just money?
I'm an honest man. I'm a man of integrity. But I do plan on saying, what? What? I've been doing this for 10 years. Like, what? I got the sticker. Oh, yeah, they updated it. Oh, really? Thank you for letting me know. And then
That was 6 months ago, sir.
And then after that ticket, which I hopefully will get out of, I'll change my ways. But if I get out of it, maybe I won't change my ways.
Real recognize real, man. You know I'm going to do that too.
What? And hopefully I don't get pulled over by a cop who watches this podcast.
This is the real reason we're stopping the podcast. It's too self-incriminating.
Right. I'd never break the law, man. It's just, come on, really? Like, there's nobody over there. I got an electric car. I got the sticker.
I'm so
I got the
used to
sticker.
it. I'm so used to it.
Oh, it's just out of habit.
Oh, God, yeah. I hate it. I was not a part of this conversation.
It's either that or put a mannequin in the other seat.
I thought about that.
Yeah, it's an inconvenience when you needed to put a person there, though.
It just needs to be the top of a mannequin, though.
Maybe it could be a hologram that could turn on and
blindfold a mannequin head, which is basically just tying the mannequin's head to the headrest. And it's like, yeah, I have a blindfolded companion.
And then you just have a hoodie that just sort of like hangs down.
But road rage for me, if I'm giving it out, is an indication that I'm mad about other things, and I need to figure that out. Let's hear another voicemail.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Hey, Rhett Link. This is Andrew from the beautiful state of California, and I am just now passing one of my favorite surf spots. And I just wanted to ask you guys, if you don't know anything about surfing, it can get a little bit hostile out there. Even though it's meant to be all good fun and games, sometimes people get wrapped up in the competitive aspect, and they can tend to be a little bit mean. So I'm here to ask you guys, is there any comments or one-line zingers you could give me to respond to people when they may be upset at me for not the most, I guess you could say, viable reasons? Yeah, your advice would be greatly appreciated. Funny comments also appreciated. But yeah, love you guys so much. See you around. Bye.
Okay.
I mean, first of all, I think we've got the ultimate comeback. Dog effer. I mean, it's just like, if somebody says something that you call them a dog effer, and that'll shut it down real fast.
The problem is you paddle back out, and then you're with those people.
You're next, yeah. If you're the guy who calls
hanging out with dog effers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So don't do that. You might not know this.
You gotta know the rules.
But Link and I here, we're been a while. Let's just say we were surfers, and when we say we were surfers, we were stand-up paddleboard surfers. So we know all about what
ridicule,
what stuff that surfers will say out here in California.
Condescension.
I remember my dad told me when I was a kid, because we lived out here when I was 3, 4, and 5. And there's this stories of things that your parents tell you that just stick in your brain. And I specifically remember him talking about how brutal the surf culture was. And he was like, yeah, their boards are real sharp on the end. If they get upset, they'll throw that board right into somebody's head and kill them. And then I was like, oh my God,
so
really?
You never learned to surf.
And so I knew that surfing, and first of all, I don't think that what I just said is true, but surfing, maybe it's happened, but surfing is very territorial. And it's territorial by how good you are.
Yeah.
And then what class you're in. And if you're standing up, and if you're an old middle-aged man standing up on a board with a paddle, you are the bottom of the rung. You're the bottom rung.
Yeah.
And so I've only ever been the bottom rung because the couple of times I've tried regular surfing, there's just 6'7", it's just too much body to get up on a board on your own. And by the time you're up, the wave's over, So I like to already be standing.
I want to side with the surfers on this. I think that, caller, if you're getting yelled at, or you're doing something, you don't understand the etiquette, you don't understand. There's lots of rules. You got to be observant, and you got to you got to learn things, and you can't be cutting people off, and you can't be. If I don't know, I think you got to take it as a. I don't think you can have any snappy comebacks because you have to paddle back out, and you're back out there with these people.
Yep.
You know, you got to, or you're just going to go somewhere else. You're doing something you shouldn't do, and you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, maybe if you're catching a wave and you cut somebody off, and like they're calling you the dog effer or something, I think you would turn around and say, "I'll be back in a few minutes to receive constructive criticism," or, you know, "I'm open to notes after I ride this amazing wave."
I think maybe this is, you turn the power of the dog effer back on itself, and if somebody yells at you, you're like, "Sorry, I'm a dog effer."
Yeah.
You take sorry, that was a dog effer move.
Yep.
And then
that's worse than sheep effer? Should you start with sheep?
no, I think that if we are actually ranking the ethical quandaries that are bestiality,
Right.
I think dog is
worse.
effing man's best friend is worse than effing
right.
a livestock.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do either, but if I had to do one,
it would be a sheep.
it's a sheep.
Sheep.
Not a dog. Good God.
I think sheep is bad because they're so stupid. But goats are bad because
They're evil.
they're evil.
Right.
And dogs are bad because
They're your friend.
they're your friend.
Yeah.
And ducks are bad because, like, how the hell?
Yeah. I don't even want to think about that.
Rats?
Okay.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Rank these. Where's rats? Because I think I've heard that one, rat effer.
Well, I mean, okay, if you insist on talking about this, I think that rats are actually probably one of the first mammals. It's all bad, but because we already use them in testing in a lot of ways.
Okay.
You know.
It's okay.
But
it's almost okay.
But I also don't really understand the physicality of
Me
it.
neither.
I don't want to.
Me neither, and I don't.
It's all bad, though. Let me just say that the official position, Ear Biscuits won't be around for much longer, but the official position of Ear Biscuits is anti-bestiality.
Yeah, we are anti-bestiality, but there are levels to it.
So if anybody from Longhorn Steakhouse is watching, and you think that it might be problematic to have me as a sponsor, I want you to know I'm anti-bestiality.
What about a longhorn?
I just think it's better to have sex with a sheep than a dog. That's all I'm saying. If you had, and now a cow?
Mm-hmm. You're going to need a step stool.
Maybe this could be part of the campaign.
Is that their slogan? You're going to need a step. We're against it, but if you must, then use a step stool.
I'm never going to get Longhorn as a sponsor now.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you
No,
are.
everybody's so scared of everything.
They have bold flavors.
They're scared of everything. They're like, let me tell you, okay, well, I'm down to the finish line. They're like, McLaughlin is in.
You know what?
He's in for the Longhorn campaign. It's a road rage thing. It's great. And then some intern's like, well,
they ranked.
Let me show you
how
this
bad.
clip. He said it was better to have sex with a sheep than a dog. And then he implied it was better to have sex with a cow than a sheep.
He didn't say that, though. You know what? I'm going to make you feel better about all this right now.
Please save me.
Everything that you're concerned about them hearing,
They won't.
in post, we added a long horn over it.
The whole thing?
Over the whole thing, dude.
Yeah.
So even the part where you were describing it.
I don't believe that. We did add a long horn over a scene in Wonderhole, though. There was a lot of discussion about the nature of that horn.
There was a guy that we went to high school with, and I would say that he was your brother's age. And there was a rumor that we all believed that he had relations with the sheep.
Right. And clearly that was a high school rumor. That wasn't true.
Yeah.
Clearly.
But we just believed it.
That kind of stuff sticks, man.
Sad.
It sticks.
Sad. But maybe he did, though.
Yeah, maybe that's why it was a rumor. Maybe it was true. Maybe somebody caught him. No.
So when you're turning around to the surfers who've let you have it, we're recommending you start with cow, then move to sheep, and then if you're really a naughty boy and you keep upsetting them, then you got to own dog.
Right.
You got to go full dog on it.
Right. So what you're saying, just to be real practical here, is if you make a mistake out there in the surf and it's not that bad, but it's still a mistake, you're like, sorry, I'm a cow effer.
Right.
If you're really, really bad, you're a dog effer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you got to know that you're still swimming with these people. You're in the water with them.
Yeah.
Sitting around waiting for the next set. Taking notes.
How do you feel about the fact that we haven't been surfing? We moved further away from the ocean.
I feel horrible about it. I go into my garage and I look up there and I see those paddleboards.
I got so many surfboards in my garage.
They're hanging up. They look beautiful. They look sad and
well, here's the thing.
Ready to be ridden.
As you talked about, you don't have to surf. You can just go out and paddle. And usually, if you just pick a random day on California coast, like there'll be something, but usually there's not a lot to speak of to surf anyway.
Yeah.
It is a lot of trouble to put the boards on the thing.
We should sell our boards.
That feels like admitting defeat.
Nothing else is going to go where my boards are hanging.
Right, yeah.
So I'm just going to leave them hanging.
Yeah.
Leave them hanging. Next voice.
Hey, Rhett Link, this is Lauren. I know y'all used to do a segment where you guessed where people were from based on their accents, so I was wondering if you could guess where I'm from, because I feel like I don't have an accent at all.
Okay, sorry to laugh in your face, Lauren. You do have an accent. Okay.
She sounds a little like, she got a little Fortune Feimster.
Well, the first thing I was going to say was North Carolina.
I think it sounds North Carolina. It could be Virginia.
Play it one more time.
Hey, Rhett Link, this is Lauren. I know y'all used to do a segment where you guessed where people were from based on their accents, so I was wondering if you could guess where I'm from, because I feel like I don't have an accent at all.
From wandering. I think might be down towards the coast. I think we're talking coastal southern. Still North Carolina, Virginia, not more south.
Virginia doesn't have a lot of southern accents anymore. I mean, they do exist, but
yeah, you got to be more in the mountains.
I think it's just it's time for me.
Virginia.
It's time for me to just admit that I'm not good at this. That I can't hear because it sounded familiar to me, but then when you said West Virginia, all of a sudden I was like,
I said Western Virginia, but not West Virginia. I think I'm going with down around Greenville, North Carolina, not South Carolina.
Okay.
So ECU area, but more in the sticks.
And I'm gonna go with West Virginia.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm from Mississippi. I just want to say that I love you guys, and I'm so sad to see the show leaving, but I can completely understand why. Bye.
I'm just bad. I'm bad at this. I'm bad at this.
Mississippi. Oh my gosh. Yep, we got to hang it up. This is why we're taking an indefinite break from the show, because we just can't.
We can't play Southern accents.
We're like, who are we?
Like, I thought I could do that, but there's so much nuance in an accent.
Mm-hmm.
Even now that I know that it's Mississippi, I'm still like, well, first of all, I don't think I know anybody from Mississippi. You know anybody from Mississippi?
I don't think I do.
Like, I know out here, there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people from North Carolina. You run into a lot of people from North Carolina. You run into a lot of people from Alabama, from Georgia, from Florida.
That's true.
Louisiana. I don't know anyone from Mississippi.
Maybe they don't get out. Maybe they don't want to get out.
What if Mississippi isn't real?
Well,
have you ever met?
I've been there.
How do you know you were there?
Well, because it was a sign. It said, welcome to Mississippi. And I remember it had so many S's.
When did you go to Mississippi?
I've been through. My dad lived there when I was young.
Okay, well,
See?
you do know somebody from there. Your dad.
Well, he's not from there. He lived there for a while. And he
When
moved back.
he was there, he was from there.
Yes.
And when he went somewhere else, he had come from Mississippi.
Yes.
I've never been.
I've been. I visited.
Okay, well, now I believe that it's real.
He also lived in Illinois
I know people from there.
for a stint.
Name another state. I've met somebody from there, but no one from
Vermont. You don't know anybody from Vermont.
Hold on a second. I know somebody who's living there right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On a farm?
Uh-huh.
I know a person that lives on a farm in Vermont.
Probably the same
no,
guy.
not the same person. This is somebody. They had red hair.
Different guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Jenna,
Yeah,
you're here.
I am.
This is your first day back
It is.
at the office after having your own little lockdown for 2 weeks, almost.
2.5.
Oy.
Yeah.
How crazy did you go?
Slightly crazy. Yeah. I did probably around like the week after the surgery. I was losing my mind. Had a little mini breakdown, trying to make tea, waiting for water to boil, and I can't stand up for a long time, and I just decided I was gonna cry in the kitchen. And
And you were still standing, or you crumpled to the floor?
No, I ended up hobbling to the little bench by my front door to sit down
And cry.
and cry.
Okay.
I am
Yeah, I mean,
sorry.
you rarely sit on that bench, right?
Rarely.
It's good to sit in a place you never sat and then crumple and cry.
Yeah. Well, usually I sit on that bench to put my shoes on or take my shoes off. And
Okay.
this time it was just a cry.
And how do you feel after?
I felt pretty good after. It was a solid like hour
Whoa.
of emotions.
Whoa.
Laura came in, brought me some tissues, told me to go lay down on the couch. She ended up making the tea for me.
Well, I'm glad you weren't alone.
Sometimes you just have to cry about it. And then I was
And it was just I mean, I have a little bit of relating to this when I broke my collarbone. It was just like the things that I couldn't do that were so simple.
Yeah, it was all the stuff that was so simple that I was like, I just want to do all of my comfort things to make me feel better. But all of my comfort things I was unable to do. So like I couldn't take a nice hot long shower. I couldn't, cook myself some comforting food because it was standing too long. So yeah, I couldn't do any of my comfort stuff. So I lost it a little bit. But then I got better. But then, it wasn't my period anymore. It wasn't the full moon.
Good to know.
Okay. All right.
I slept a little bit.
So where are you at with your knee? Because I saw you walk in here,
Yeah.
and I'll let you describe how you walk.
I
Because I just don't think it's my place to say.
I definitely feel like I walk like with a peg leg. I have a peg leg at the moment.
Because
is
the brace immobilizes it.
The brace immobilizes it. I can't when I'm not putting my full weight on it, I can unlock the brace and bend my knee, but if I'm standing or walking, I have to have the brace locked in place so I don't bend my knee.
So you're saying that you walk like a pirate.
Yes.
Okay.
That's not what you would describe. It wasn't as cool as that, you say.
It was very waddling grandmother to me.
Cool. That's definitely
You made me say
not
it.
what I was going for.
But peg leg is better.
Hey, let's
think
go
it's
with
the
pirate.
skirt.
I mean, swashbuckling grandma.
It's the skirt with the walk. It's like a nice long skirt.
Well, the skirts are easier to wear because, like, pants, I have to, like, it's a whole process. The skirts are easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I'm doing a lot better. I almost don't need the crutches anymore. I have them just in case. But
What
I'm
about
almost-
pain?
Pain, now it's getting into the physical therapy pain of it all.
Okay.
Like, I need to bend it. I need
Right.
to, like, stretch it and all the things. So, like, the pain is coming from the physical therapy aspect of it, I guess. And then like it still hurts around the incision points a bit too.
How do they make sure? Do you have to take anything to make sure your body doesn't reject the foreign tissue?
No. Well, they did a what's it called? Prophylactic antibiotics. Like they had me on antibiotics during the surgery so that there wouldn't be an issue.
Right, but I know like when you get like a heart transplant or something like that, like a lot of people have to take certain drugs for the rest of their life. I would just assume maybe because it's not like as big of an organ and is integral to everything as like a heart. Like it just hit me like, do they have to make sure that the person had the same blood type as you, or like
It doesn't have to be the same blood type, apparently. Yeah.
Because it's tendon.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't have any drugs I have to take to. My body has accepted it. I can feel it. If everything feels in the right place.
Oh wow! And you have gendered your knee as she.
She, yeah.
I noticed that Jenna referred to. She's like, she's doing good, and I was
She's
like,
doing
oh,
good.
so your knee is a woman.
Yeah, yeah. She's doing real good. She's resilient. She's working hard. She's doing her best, just like me.
Just like you.
Just like
But
me.
she is you.
She is me, and I am her, and we are all together.
Okay. So you see, Jenna has mentally and emotionally accepted the tissue
Yes.
Yeah.
as part of her she-ness.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Sheeness, not to be confused with my weeness.
She-ness. Yeah.
I might be able to donate my weenus to somebody.
And still have plenty
You've
left
got
over.
a lot of weeness.
Yeah, be like, I'm a live donor. Put that on my license. Live weenus donor. He doesn't even have to be dead. If you need some weenus, he's got it. He can cover 7 elbows with his.
Follow-up question. So what is the most acceptable form of bestiality in your mind? Still, we're against it.
Still we're against it.
You're not pro in any way, but like if you had to.
If I had to, no.
Not you personally.
Not me personally. I always
You didn't have to ask this question.
I feel like the acceptable form would be no, this is so
You're thinking pig.
I think the acceptable form is for I think humans to receive and not to give the bestiality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you see. So if you're a bottom,
Yeah. I think that's the acceptable bestiality.
it's not acceptable. It's
It's
still.
not acceptable.
We're still
None
against
of it
it.
is acceptable.
But
The most acceptable. But here's the thing. I haven't told you about this.
Oh my gosh.
But Jessie is now, she reads a lot of romance novels, and she crossed over a little bit
Ooh.
into a book where they turn into wolves. Right?
Yep.
So I guess they're a werewolf.
and those are called.
Usually shapeshifters.
Yes.
Yeah. It depends on
so
the lore.
there's a little bit of a, there's a little bit of a.
Well, okay. So we have an exception.
Aliens. That's also a romance
And
genre.
werewolves.
It's also a romance
But I guess
genre
what
as
I'm
well.
saying is that to bring it all the way
But
back.
we
to
are anti-bestiality,
But the dog
except in
effort.
the case of.
I mean, it's technically
werewolves.
a dog effort. Technically.
Yeah.
But I think maybe both. I don't know the situation.
There's a carve out. We're going to grandfather that in.
If it's in the context of romance. Because we are talking about.
They can still speak English,
Well,
right?
no, these are fully conscious human beings, people with a full conscience and free will.
Yeah.
The thing that makes bestiality ethically unacceptable is the fact that the animals don't have any agency, right?
Mm-hmm. Which Jenna is trying to address by being a bottom.
That's how it's solved.
How did
That's how
we
it's
get
solved.
here? How did we get here?
I
Hey, listen,
did,
the Bible says it's wrong. That's why I think it's wrong. Let's just keep it simple, okay?
I did
Just keep it simple.
So
to
score
get
for
us
the Bible.
off of this topic.
yeah, sure.
I listened back to the voicemail that I sent you all, the voice note that I sent you like right
beep,
after.
beep, boop, boop.
Yeah, because I don't remember sending it and I didn't save it. So I didn't listen to it until I listened to the episode that just came out.
Really? You don't remember that at all?
No. Like vague. I have a vague recollection of being. I have a vague recollection of being like, Laura, will you give me my phone? I have to tell Rhett Link.
Yep. It was, I guess you could have talked for longer then. Now that I know that,
I could have talked for a lot longer, and honestly, I have a story of I know I do really well with anesthesia. I know I am a good time. But I vaguely remember this time when Laura and I were leaving the hospital and like they were wheeling me out and I was still under the effects of everything because it takes a while.
Another time or this
time?
Okay, yes.
This time. And you know, I'm having a good time. I'm laughing. I'm joking with everybody in the ER. I'm like, I got a new knee. I got no problems whatsoever. And then they started, and like I vaguely remember one of the nurses being like, I wish everyone who came in was like her.
Wow.
And then Laura was just like, no, she's always like this.
It's like, yeah, this has nothing to do with the anesthesia.
This has nothing to do with the anesthesia. She is just this way.
So you cheered him up.
I cheered everybody up. We had an amazing time.
Because some people get aggressive.
Yeah. And some people get sad. And then I'm just like, yes, absolutely. That sounds great. And I know at one point I like said to the nurse, I was like, because they were like, does that make sense? And I was like, in my brain, yes, it makes sense. But I also am on drugs and will probably forget. And that's not that you didn't explain it well.
Yeah, right. That's why they write everything down and give it to you. That's what they kept telling me after my thing. It's like, by the way, we've written all this down.
Yeah, I was just like,
why tell you all? Because in the moment you want to hear it, but you're not going to remember it.
Oh yeah, but everyone at the surgery center loves me. We have a good time. I go back and visit now, and I'm like, hi.
I think the reason they do that is because you might remember that they told you something, but you won't remember what it was, and then that gives you the impetus to read it. Whereas if they just say everything you need to know is written down, and be like, oh, I'm not going to read that. But it's like, they said they told me something. What was it?
Yeah. And you need some reassurance that just positive things are happening. Well, so you've made it through the worst of this, and you were all facing, right? Well, maybe not.
What?
You seem like you were thinking about it. Maybe it's not the
worst of it is I feel like through the biggest hurdle. Yeah. Now it's just a matter of my patience.
Yeah.
For the physical therapy for the next
Putting in the work.
7 to 10. 11 months.
Oof.
Oh, really?
Depending on. Although, once again, I am my doctor's favorite patient, and I am ahead of schedule and doing an amazing job. So
there you go.
Rhett and I are the same. We want to be the best patients possible.
Well, speaking of facing difficult news, we have started to process the voicemails from many of you who are processing the news of the show winding down to an indefinite break at the end of the year. So we want to hear from a few of you.
This is me doing an impression of Rhett's heart. Bum 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 bum. Glad you're doing better, Rhett. Take care. Love the pod. Bye.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Was that cruel?
With my old heart.
It was speeding up, but it wasn't irregular enough.
It would do both. But it hasn't done either. As far as I can tell. As far as me and my watch.
You're still totally on the up and up.
I think I have had a couple of times where there's like what I would call one rogue beat, which is a common occurrence based on the reading.
And you're still very sensitive to it.
Well, no, the watch just doesn't tell you when it happens. It just tells you how much it happens over the course of a week. It's just a percentage, and you get the message on like Monday morning.
Oh.
But it'll just be like, I will be doing something completely unrelated and I'll just feel like you can suddenly feel a heartbeat. You're not really supposed to feel a heartbeat without thinking about it. And then I would be like, oh, that used to be the beginning of an episode and now it's just one beat. And I don't know if that's just because the heart's still healing and that even that will go away, or if I will maybe have rogue beats here and there.
Rogue beats.
Rogue beat sounds like a music library that you subscribe to.
Yeah, yeah. It didn't seem like that listener was having too much of difficulty.
No,
with the loss of the show.
Yeah.
Kind of turn it back on you. Let's hear another though.
After the big announcement, I found a good way to put together my feelings about Ear Biscuits ending. First of all, I am just thrilled that Rhett is okay, and that's like the biggest part of it. But it almost feels like when your grandmother that has Alzheimer's is put into hospice, and you're like, so I have to grieve, but I'm not allowed to grieve yet. So we're just here for the good time, as long as it lasts. Weird thing I could compare it to, but I absolutely love Ear Biscuits, and I can't wait to finish out the year with you guys.
So we're going to remember less and less of it. It's going to be sadder and sadder. That's such a sad way to. It seemed like that helped her. That analogy helped her,
Yeah,
but now it's
you do you. Whatever is helpful for you.
I don't know. It's. I'm kind of having a wave of sadness now, but that's okay. That's part of it.
I think you're talking about the staggered goodbye.
Yeah.
Element of this, which we chose to do.
Yeah, so that we could process it together a little bit.
Right.
Maybe we're second guessing that now, but at least we don't have Alzheimer's.
No, I appreciate that, and I appreciate we haven't really talked about the comments and the well wishes, I understand.
Yeah.
It was very encouraging to obviously a lot of people are disappointed, but I think that they understand the nature of the decision. So it's been encouraging.
Yeah, I appreciated the response and people understanding and wishing the best for us and understanding they listened.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the reaction of, well, this is how this impacts me. But, we are open to how it impacts you. And you can call us. 1-888-EARPOD1. Let's hear another. And then I'll encourage people to call in about other things too.
Hi, Rhett Link. My name is Megan, and I live in Michigan. I've wanted to call for so long, but always thought I had the time to do it later. So I always put it off. I'm going to try to get through this without crying.
Oh, no.
But with the news this morning, I have to tell you how much Ear Biscuits has meant to me. I've been a GMM viewer for over 10 years and an Ear Biscuits listener since you came back the first time. It has gotten me through so many sleepless nights and times of stress and car rides and boredom at work that I can't even imagine it not in my life anymore. I knew this time would come eventually, but it's far too soon. And I'll, of course, always listen or re-listen and watch GMM, but I'm so sad not to get an update from you guys in this format every week. I love you guys so much, and I'm so glad you were putting your well-being first, even if it comes at the expense of my sadness. This is just another opportunity for me to grow and move on and let go. Thank you so, so much for everything you've done for me that you didn't even know you did. I love you guys.
Whoa. Thank you for leaving that voicemail. I know that was not easy to do, and it's very touching. Of course, we didn't listen to that ahead of time. We knew that there would be voicemails like this, so we're kind of reacting in the moment to it.
Maybe we should have.
Maybe we should have. But it means a lot that the show means so much to so many listeners and that it's a source of comfort for people. I just don't, and that's what made it difficult. This is the part of it that made it a difficult decision. Because I think if you isolate our side of the experience and the stuff that we've talked about, it's a very clear decision. And then whenever the attention would go to, the connections that are made and that the resource that it is for laughter and relief, that it starts, there was a time when we were talking about it. It was like, well, that was the reason to keep doing it, and I think that I appreciate what she had to say, that that there is a way forward. She doesn't have to. She can listen to other older episodes, and there's other ways to connect with what we're doing, and we're pushing some personal stories to Good Mythical More, and all the stuff that we said that we're doing. But yeah, it's a change, and it's a big change, and that's why we wanted to give the processing time, because we feel like it's the right choice, and we believe that, and we want to encourage listeners to make healthy choices for themselves. I think there was another caller who was asking for recommendations of other podcasts that would kind of check the boxes. I'm like, well, we don't really know. We don't really. Maybe in the comments on the YouTube video, that can be something that can be discussed. You guys can make recommendations or whatever. But the more that we recommend things that you can easily replace us with, the more we won't feel as special. So we're not really incentivized to do that. No, we just don't. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts like this one.
I don't. So if I recommended the podcast that I listen to, they're not going to fill this particular need. Thanks for your message, and for finally calling.
Yeah.
We have another one that has a couple pitches in it.
Okay.
Hey, Rhett Link. I'm Jordan from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been listening to Ear Biscuits for over a decade now, and I am sad to hear that it's going, but I'm excited to hear that you guys are prioritizing your health and making the content that you want to make. I just wanted to pitch my idea of bringing back Thursdays Means Mail on Good Mythical More, but instead of mail, you could do voicemails. Let me know what your thoughts. Appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.
Well,
thanks for the idea.
Yeah, this is something that we have actually specifically talked about. So we're on the same wavelength here. I think what we probably will do, we're not committing to anything, but I think the only thing we're committing to is I think we will at least try out and see what it feels like to do a voicemail based more. And then in terms of like, how often are we going to do that? I don't know. I don't think we can commit to doing it every week, but we thought about this specific idea of like bringing the voicemails
over to GM
More.
Yeah, I think that we're thinking of Good Mythical More as being a container that's expanding a little bit to hold some of the things that normally we would send over here to Ear Biscuits. But we also don't want to be too aggressive in like a reformat of Good Mythical More. We want it to be something that's more of an evolution and an expanding. So the container expands and we can try different things. That's what makes it engaging for us, seeing it that way, versus thinking of it in terms of like rigid ways, like announcing we're going to do Thursday Means Voicemail. I don't think we're going to go that far, but we're looking for ways to continue to get the stories and the topics that we're interested in talking about into Good Mythical More.
And I think you'll see that. I don't know when it airs. When we shoot things, I never know when it's actually going to be a thing.
Right.
But we have a Good Mythical More coming up that is essentially the kind of story that you would have opened an ear biscuit with. That basically that's the whole episode, and we want to do that. There was actually, I'm just literally just throwing ideas out here that we've talked about. Like we actually have been having a conversation, and we're not committing to this. And I actually think we're definitely not committing to it. We're like, I don't think we're going to do it. But there was talk of, is there a way to, when we do something on Good Mythical More that is very much in the spirit of what Ear Biscuits was, if those things are taken and exported audio only onto the Ear Biscuits feed so that the Ear Biscuits feed remains somewhat active? But I think that the issue with that is that that's not what Ear Biscuits, we don't know how often it's going to happen, and it's going to be a little bit confusing because it does. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, today we are looking at new barbecue chips, but Link happened to tell the story about something that happened to him. I think that one of the things that I envision is that there are people who want that kind of content who will be, maybe there might be a community that's like, oh, there was a very Ear Biscuitsy episode of Good Mythical More today. Maybe it's a playlist on YouTube or something like that. You know, I don't know, but
right.
Or maybe you just find that almost every episode of Good Mythical More is kind of like an episode of Ear Biscuits in a lot of ways. You know, I think that there's obviously that we depart from it at times, and there's sometimes it's very visual, like we're looking at things or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that the way we're thinking about it right now is it becomes the outlet for almost everything that took place here. And so I think once the outlet of Ear Biscuits goes away, we're still going to keep doing things that generate stories. And we're still going to keep having weird opinions about things that we want to talk about. And I think that they will slot naturally into Good Mythical More. And it's just like, how does that net out? And then how satisfying is that to somebody who feels as strongly as the previous caller? Is it, you know, how do you give them a similar experience? It's like, or how do they make a similar experience out of that? I don't know. That's a question to
let's find out over time.
See it unfold.
We do welcome you leaving your voicemail. If there's anything that you want to share with us, try to keep it short. I know people are calling in, and they start talking about what Ear Biscuits means to them, and they're like, I promise I'm gonna keep it short. And then it's like a 5-minute voicemail,
right?
Which we appreciate, but
we just can't play it.
It's hard to play those if it's not succinct on the show. Also, if there's anything else that you want us, hey, we're still doing the show. This doesn't become like a morning MOURN tour. You know, it's not like we're turning this into like a what would the term be? When you're mourning the loss of something, whatever that is. Yeah, it's not like a wake. So we welcome your challenging and comedic voicemails as well. So give us a call, all right? 1-888-EARPOD-1. And we'll speak at you next week, all right?
Hi, Rhett Link. I've been listening to your podcast every single episode for years and years now, and I will be continuing to listen to you guys on the other channels and Good Mythical More. But aside from that, I wanted to leave a comment about Rhett's heart condition. I have a little bit of a weird story. I am a teacher with a student who has a service dog who is trained to pick up on heart conditions. And that dog actually notified me that I was having a weird arrhythmia. So I went to the doctor and yada, yada, yada. But I thought that was kind of an interesting story. Shout out Skunk, the dog, who made me go get an EKG. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
Watch the full recording of Good Mythical Evening sloshed in space on demand at goodmythicalevening.com. And don't forget to grab a limited edition tee while you're there.